Peace and blessings, my Capricorns, my goats. Welcome. I am Dr. Jen, the Cold Coach. Welcome to my channel. These are the first sign readings of the channel that I'm doing specifically for the full moon in Taurus that's coming up October 31st. So this is a full moon and it's a blue moon because it's the second full moon in the same month. And so I know you've heard the saying once in a blue moon, and that's where it comes from because it is rather a rare occurrence and a very special occurrence, by the way. So Capricorns, first things first, make sure you like, share, subscribe, click the bell for notifications so that you can be notified every time I release new videos. We are going to be vamping up really quickly pretty soon. I'm going to put my my intro at the beginning and all that little flashy stuff. We're going to get it going on. Make sure you share with your friends. I'm trying to get up the subscribers so we can do some more things with the channel. So I'm very excited about that. All right, so this is a general reading, which means it may or may not apply to you. I'm channeling collective energy and general energy as a whole. Take it however it resonates. Remember that energy is fluid, so it may not apply to you now. It could apply later. So just keep that in mind. Also, this is for you if you have any major placements in Capricorn. That means Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, or your North Node, which we know is purpose. Now, I have included two links down in the description. One is for you to calculate your birth chart so you can see where the planets fall in your birth chart to see if it applies to you. And if you don't know your birth time, there's a site where you can rectify your birth time and get it as close as possible, okay? You can also look at your birth certificate if you live in a state where they have put that on your birth certificate. In my home state, they did not. So keep all that in mind. All right, I think that's it. Let's get going. As I was channeling Capricorn energy, what came to my spirit was to face your darkness. Face your darkness. All right, so I'm going to pull some oracle cards. I love oracle cards. We're going to see what comes out with that. Then I pull the tarot, and then we'll pull a message from the universe from my latest deck I have, which I love, from Threads of Fate. It's called the Shadow Edition. All right, so Capricorns, my goats, face your darkness. So let's see. Let's pull from Le Vampire. We're talking about shadow work. Let's pull from Le Vampire and get to this subconscious energy here. So Taurus full moon, really about grounding your emotions, being clear on what you want, clear on what you value, your beliefs, okay? So you want to see what house it falls in your chart to see where it's going to affect you the most. It may affect your home, could be affecting your relationship, partnerships, your money. So that's why it's important to try to rectify your birth time if you don't know it exactly so you can see where it falls in your chart, okay? All right, God, Spirit, Guides, and Ancestors, what message do we have for our Capricorns here regarding this full moon in Taurus? What message do we have for our Oh, too many. Let's get it together. Capricorns, y'all are very much, with that face your darkness, y'all are very much, or can be, very much concerned and focused on the outer, the appearance of things, how things look, how you look, how things are presented. I'll say that, the presentation of things. Very much concerned about presentation, and which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. The challenge comes is when you're so concerned with the presentation of something that overrides the truth or the core of something or someone. And that's what came out. Anti-hero, maverick, risk taker, rule breaker. 18, breaking down to a 9. You don't want to break the rules, but you will break rules if it makes you look good. You don't want to break the rules, but you will break rules if it makes you look good. And I do feel like that was for some of you specifically, okay? Gotta face your darkness. So let's read what this anti-hero is about. Hold on, I have a little pause in it. Okay. All right. So here, let's see. Let's start here. It says you are a truly beautiful soul in parts. And yes, you have done things that have been called wrong and were. But humans are complex and they enjoy calling you wrong. For they then feel superior and they draw attention to their supposed goodness. All of the sum of their actions and their choices within their circumstances. Yeah, I think I read that correctly. Yeah. Even the roughest and most humble among us can become the hero. And those who are greatest and most seen to do good often are glorifying, or let me get this right. Come on, Mercury. Even the roughest and most humble among us can become the hero, and those who are greatest and most seen to do good often are glorying in their own virtues. Do not fear. You are a walker of the night. I just said face your darkness, right? And yet your time will come. You will inspire love. You are more than those who cannot see you. You are more than those who cannot see you say you are. Their voices are empty. Your life, although strange, is full. Blessings you are displaying to humans who are thinking too much in boxes with labels that those who do good are not always going to fit a cultural type. Here's the curse: to feel neglect, to feel resentment that others receive the glory for your deeds. Perhaps know you have chosen this way in order to remain an outsider, so you need not enter into groups in the same way. You are in a stage where you are working very strongly with your unique energy and power. So in working with this card, it says your individuality is a gift from the divine. You are the only person on the planet like you. You truly are here for a purpose, and you truly are needed here. No matter how modest this purpose, do it well with all your heart, and there will be no more loneliness. All right, so facing your darkness, but in this sense, the integrity and authenticity of your darkness. With Capricorns, there is definitely the low vibration aspect of Capricorn and a lot of signs. Okay, we're talking about, the egocentric aspect of it. Can be rather narcissistic, like it said, the fear of others taking glory or praise for something that you've done, when your intention was for everyone to benefit. And who likes it when someone gets credit for what you've done? But be honest on your intentions for doing something in the first place. So I feel like as Capricorns, you don't want to even admit that about yourself, that bothers you when someone gets credit for something that you put a lot of work into, even if it was for the greater good of a group. Like, you want people to know that, hey, I did that shit. Don't get too comfortable, feeling like it's all good. Just know that I made that happen, right? I made that happen. It looks good because of me, or because of, all the work I put in and all this energy I put into something. It's because of me. Spirit is asking you to really be honest about that aspect of yourself and be okay with knowing that is a part of who you are. Being honest about that. It's a part of who you are. But again, not focusing so much on the presentation of, not focusing on the presentation at the expense of the truth of who you are. Okay. I do want to, let's pull a Mystic Rebel. Okay. Let's see, we're at 9 minutes. Let's pull some Mystic Rebel. If you hear any outside noise, I do have the door open. I love some fresh air coming into the house. Let's see, what do we have for our Capricorns, our Cappies? What do we have for our Cappies? God, Spirit Guides, and Ancestors, what messages? All right, we have one pop out. Use your personal power. Yes, use your personal power. I don't feel like Capricorns necessarily have a challenge with that. But again, with the Taurus full moon, it's like, use your personal power with integrity. And don't be afraid of your personal power. Because again, you're so focused on how it looks versus what it actually is. So it says, you are so much more powerful than you realize, but hey, that's normal. Humans often think that they are victims of their circumstances, but that's just not true. You have the power to recenter your thoughts, actions, efforts, and energy to create miracles. Say it louder for the people in the back. Whether you are dealing with other humans or the universe at large, there is never a good reason to relinquish your power over to others. When you do, you are giving that person permission to do whatever they want with your energy, and you allow yourself to be a victim without any personal responsibility. That said, just one being can never fully control any situation, nor should they. So look for the places where you have more control in your circumstances than you originally thought. Where can you communicate better? Where can you interrupt an unhealthy pattern? How can you draw stronger boundaries? How can you use your personal power to support others? Notice where you can consciously and kindly interject your power into the situation and take back command. P.S. This includes reclaiming your spiritual powers and using them in new and profound ways. Yep, that's what it's about. That's what it's about, recentering. And because you know what? When you get upset and you have this resentment towards people, you give people your power. So when you are upset and you get so caught up again in the presentation outside of the truth of things, and then you get upset when that's reflected back to you and how people respond to you. And it's like, no. That's what you put out first. And so that was reflected back to you. So you have to be mindful. And like it said, recentering your thoughts and your actions and your emotions around those things, to be clear that you are creating this reality for yourself. So face your darkness. Until you face your darkness, it's going to keep showing up. All right, let's pull some tarot. So remember, the oracle reading and the tarot, they don't have to be congruent. They can be. Would take whichever story resonates. If they all resonate, take that too. But I had something already flipped over. Yeah. Take it however it resonates. Okay, so let's see. All right, God, Spirit, Guides, and Ancestors, what message do you have for our Capricorns regarding this Taurus full moon? Take what comes out. The Magician, first out. Yes, I love it. The Magician is the first out. Let's see what else happens for you. God, Spirit, Guides, and Ancestors, what messages of truth, love, light, peace, and understanding do you have for our Capricorns? Got the Five of Swords. Oh, okay, I'm gonna take this one. Page of Coins. Let's get some more out here. Too many. Hold on. Queen of Wands out here. Oh, hold on. Seven of Wands, we're gonna take that. Definitely this Capricorn energy out here, even though we got fire and air here. Devil in reverse. There's still the Capricorn element going on here. Again, that Devil in reverse definitely is highlighting that. Page of Wands in reverse. Oh, it's a lot of fire energy out here. Some of you could have some fire placements in your chart or dealing with someone. I'm going to take this Palace of Swords. Okay. And then for our overall energy, we have the Three of Swords. Somebody is hurt. But it's definitely self-inflicted. I'll tell you that. So in our recent past, we have the Magician, the Five of Swords, and the Page of Coins. That goes back to what I was talking about in regards to Capricorn loving the presentation of something, but it may not necessarily be the truth of what something is. This is Five of Swords energy. Like you're really trying to keep up some type of appearance, or you were in a place where you were really trying to keep up some type of appearance, and where I feel like you wanted to show like you were more than, or you knew more than what you actually knew. With this Page of Coins here, or Page of Pentacles, it's like an apprentice. Okay, sorry about that. Technical difficulties, but we expect those with Mercury retrograde, so we ain't gonna trip. All right, Capricorns, we ain't gonna trip again. Beyond the presentation. All right, we're looking at the heart of things. Okay, so yeah, so I feel like that's where you were. Definitely concerned about how people saw you, and you wanted to really show up as this magician, someone who is like really putting it all together. There we go again. Okay, I'm gonna hurry up and finish this up. Putting it all together when in fact you were still in a kind of apprentice mode, but you didn't want to show people that you were still learning some things. You were kind of like hiding that aspect of yourself and not fully being upfront about that in your recent past. So in our current situation now, we have the Queen of Wands, the Seven of Wands, and the Devil in reverse. So this Queen of Wands, this is we have Sag here, but also Piscean energy as well. I do feel like you were in this headspace of it's me against the world, or it's me against everyone else, when in actuality it's not. But this Devil in reverse is always for me like, and this is Capricorn energy too. The Devil is Capricorn energy, but what the Caps need to understand is that it's you holding you there. The cage door is open, but it's you holding yourself there. Okay, it's you holding yourself there, when in actuality you could easily release yourself from this. But I feel like you're starting to do that. I do. I feel like you're coming into this energy where you're starting to do that, and it hurts. And it hurts because people are starting to see the truth of who you are, and it's not what they thought it was. And it may not even be what you thought it was, because you're facing your own darkness. So this Three of Swords overall energy here is you're really hurting because it's death to the ego. It's like true death to the ego. So in our future position, we have Page of Wands here in reverse, our Nine of Wands, and we have the Palace of Swords. So like I said, you're coming out of that energy and you're starting to face your own darkness. You're getting out of this immature act of, they only know what I show. They're only going to know what I show. You're tired. You're tired of fighting. At this point, you're like, let me sit my ass down and stop fighting this battle, because it's about more. You've laid down your helmet, and you're holding on to that last one, you're holding on to that last piece. But you are tired. You're tired. You're tired of fighting that. You're kind of running out of that steam. It's becoming exhausting to you. And so you're going into this Palace of Swords energy, which is beautiful. This is about coming into like full truth and honest communication all around the board. So with yourself and others, because you really want to get out of this hurt. And again, it's death of the ego. This hurt is, and this pain is like, for you, it's like, I've done this to myself, and it was very unnecessary. It was unnecessary. But death to the ego, it hurts. It hurts. And that is where you are. I'm not going to clarify this, but I'm going to go ahead and pull a card from the universe. This is good. You're coming out of this energy. You're facing this darkness. You're beginning to do that. Okay. But the full moon in Taurus is going to bring more of that out on which areas you need to do that in. It's going to make it clearer for you. It's going to expose where you need to be more responsible and more truthful more truthful. Okay, that's a lot of fire and water here. I'm sorry, fire and air. Fire and air. A lot of fire and air here. Okay, when the air is not used properly and it's not contained, the fire can get out of control. And you know, it's funny because I think some of the caps, some of you cappies, if cappy placements, it's like you feel like, I think you think you're fire signs. Like, it's a lot of fire up here. And I think Capricorns really like think that they're the fire signs. You could have fire somewhere strongly in your chart. But you got to understand that, you know, if you're going to take on this fire energy, you got to know how to really use it. You got to know how to really, really use it. And if not, it will definitely tire your ass out, because it tires fire signs out. I mean, they're fire signs, you know. So you got to really know how to use it. Okay. Let's pull a card from the universe. Spirit, what message do you have for our Capricorns? Got one that came out. The Weaver. Okay, the Weaver. Beautiful cards, right? The Weaver. I love it. All right, let's, and this is air. Again, it's a sword. Remember I said we got a lot of swords, a lot of air energy here too. Interesting. Let's find it. Did I pass it? I think I did. Yeah, I passed it. Hold on. Oh, here we go. Nope, didn't. The Weaver. All right. It says the Weaver is the master of their destiny. This deck is named the Threads of Fate because each one of us has thousands of threads that, when combined, weave the fabric of our life. We can braid, nurture, or sever any strand at any time, and in doing so, we are the weaver. This card urges you to take inventory of all the threads active within your life at the moment. What needs to happen moving forward? Which ones need to grow stronger? Which ones need to be cut? What actions can you take to tend the threads of your fate? So again, you're in control of this. You've been in control of this. So it's now getting out of this woe is me and it's me against the world. No, it's you against you. Face your own darkness. You are the weaver. Be the weaver. Be the weaver. Come into this Palace of Swords energy here and get out of the, again, woe is me. Take yourself out of the cage. And I feel like you're beginning to do that. All right, that's all I have for you today, Cappies. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, like, share, click the bell to receive notifications on when I'll post videos. This is just the beginning of our sign readings, and I'm very excited about that. I love you guys. Peace and blessings. And remember, be kind to yourself and others, but don't take no shit.